program.
Hey, thank you so much for joining the Cam Hill Show. I have the best of the best with me on today, Miss Charnel Brown.
Hey, Cam.
Hey, Mr. Andre Petrie.
How you doing?
Okay, Ed Lee.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're talking on today about men's mental health. Oh my God, we have a play that's coming up. We're talking about men's mental health. Miss Charnel, tell us first of all, how did you get started?
Well, actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand it over to my business partner because he created it, and with his passion, I wrote it. We talk enough as women, we have a lot to say, and so I want him and Ed to say. So I'm just here to support.
Absolutely, Mr. Andre Fisher. How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I can't
how
complain.
Did this project, The Black Man, start?
Well, before I get into that, Charnel and I have been business partners since '99, and we've been creating content for years. We have an acting academy out here called the Charnel Brown Acting Academy, and we're always creating. I'm the one that's always coming up with stuff, and I'd be like Shorty, because that's what we call each other. She's short, so that's our nickname. So if you ever hear us say Shorty, that's what that
It's
means.
us. It's us.
So last year was a very rough year for me, and so God is always speaking to me through the arts, whether it's music, whether it's creating something, and we had just finished doing Changes, which was our first feature film. That's on Tubi, by the way.
Right.
You can check it out. And so, as a black man, it's a lot of things that's been going on with us these past few years, like really monumental, world-changing events. And as a black man, I was like, man, this is bothering me. Like, it really affects me because I've done history, and they don't put a lot of this in the schools.
Right.
Exactly. And the stuff that was happening back then that we didn't know about, just to see us still going through it in 2023, and it gets swept under the rug. Yeah, we go protest, we do this. They give us the attention for a few days,
Right.
but then it dies down and then something else happens. And it's like, I wanted to create something where we can have a safe platform, a safe haven to speak and be heard without being interrupted. Without being judged.
Right.
And so he just put it on my heart, and I went to her and I was like, Shorty, this is what I want to do.
Right.
And I gave her the ideas of each person that you're going to see. And I gave her the objective, basically like the body of work when you're writing a paper.
Exactly.
So this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. Can you fill in the substance? Because she's great with that.
Absolutely. Let's do a descriptive of just a few of them.
No, I
no,
can't
no.
give them all that. well, one of them you're seeing right now, I can't tell you who it is, but you're seeing
Not
one
the
of
names,
them.
but I'm saying just the description. I think we're
Well,
talking about maybe a description of one.
So I can give you, you're gonna have the businessman.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're gonna have the athlete.
Yes.
You're gonna have the player, and
Yes.
you're gonna have the good guy.
Okay, we've got that.
Just a few.
Just
It's
a few.
more.
So many more,
Yeah.
right?
But we're all dealing with something.
Right.
We're all dealing with something. Then at the end, it's going to reveal something that's like, wow. Because it's really not that simple, but it's complex.
Absolutely.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Because as black men, we struggle with so many things. But who do we have to go and talk to about it?
Absolutely.
Who can we talk to?
Who can we talk to?
We're in settings with women, no disrespect to my beautiful black queens,
Yeah.
but when we in the room talking, and I've been in rooms and I know guys and they can relate, when it's a couples conversation and the women talk and we talk, what happens when we say something that they don't agree with? You don't know what you're talking about. You this, and this. Be quiet. They don't say it, but it's like,
Right.
so what do? We go into our hole, we be quiet, we don't say nothing.
Right.
We get home and they say, well, what's wrong?
Right.
You know what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if number one, I'm in an environment that I'm not, because most guys don't want to go do couples night.
Right. Keep
They
it
don't
real.
mind. They don't mind, but all the time. And what happens? Like, a lot of guys are private. We don't want to talk about what goes on at home. You see what I'm saying? Because I was raised, my mom and dad kept stuff in the house.
Right.
So a lot of us are not finna sit and talk about certain things at a table with other people that's going to judge. We got things to be, I get it. Some people are more open to that.
Right.
Me, I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
Because what's done at home for me stays at home. It doesn't mean I'm hiding or being fake, but that's not for everybody. That's for me and whoever I'm with and God.
Right. I like that.
Because when we come down to fixing that issue, at the end of the day, we're going to have to fix it. We got to sit there and be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I like that.
that's what this is really embodies. As a black man, I want to say something. So because we have our own production company, we own this, we can create it, we put our own money up, and we
There you
can
go.
do it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
No one has to say, okay, you can't do this,
Right. I like that.
but we can
so much.
because it's ours.
Absolutely.
Man,
Man.
man.
That's why.
Jump in here, Mr. Ed Lee, life coach, Life 360 Foundation. I mean, let me be clear, men's mental health advocate. Jump right in.
Let me say thank you, Cam, first, because
Yeah.
you gave me a platform because I was introduced to Mrs. Brown. Just met this great brother here. But at the same token, I was trying to figure out how God was going to put me in a different tone of meeting somewhere where I can put my word out. So the bottom line is a lot of people know I go do life coaching classes, but I am a member too.
Right.
I'm actually a member. So a lot of people know my testimony, know what I'm doing. Mental health is a very, 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 very dear to me because I deal with it on a daily basis. I call it masking. Just because you see me one day, you think everything is good, and I use this masking because when we leave the house, we all say, "Oh yeah, we're good," but are we?
Right.
Every day I wrestle with something. It's an eternal. Me and my brother Andre was talking about our mothers. How do you let that emotional aspect go? When this came up, and Chanel told me, she basically took me under her wings and said, "You know what? If you're gonna cry, cry."
Yeah.
Like I'm about to. And I needed that. So,
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah.
Right.
This is the emotional part that comes out because you needed people like this in your life.
You do. You do.
I know his story.
Yeah.
Ms. Chanel has had a lot of conversation, and she's taken me under her wings about some things that it's not Hollywood. We just got through talking about this. It's not about Hollywood. This is real,
This is real.
real life. So when you guys, I want you to come out to this play because you see me and you like, again, you think I'm good. I'm not. This play would depict how everyday life is.
Yeah.
And he's going to show exactly what's need to be done. And it's not just a Hollywood thing, it's a real thing.
Right.
So come out, see what a person like me goes through. I teach life coach, but at the same time, I'm an advocate and I'm actually a person that I need to be in a class as well. But at the same time, this is what we all need. So
Right.
it's good to go to a movie and see kind of drama, but you get a chance to see a brother like this put 6 and 5, 4 different characters that depicts someone like me.
Right.
So please come out and watch this.
Absolutely. And looking at this, just talking to each one of you about that, Charnel, I know you didn't really want to jump in here, right? But as a woman's aspect,
first.
as a woman's aspect on this, and looking at it, what can women benefit? How can they benefit? We talked about that.
Yeah, actually, because I play the therapist in the play, and the character, she is blinded to what's going on because her life, her husband, everything is great. And so when the men come in, she's realizing that life is not that great for most people, and especially for our black men. But that's okay. We're gonna get something to eat. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, but actually, showing that we don't. Sometimes we as women don't pay attention. You know, and what I get out of it, and I want the women to get out of it, is wellness check.
Yeah.
Check on your guy.
Yeah.
Check on any guy in your life, your father, you know, your brother. Check on him, just to say I love you. See how you're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. We have so much. We have suicide that's very high now. Domestic violence is very high now. Murder rate is very high now. And after looking at a lot of the articles, looking at people, listening to police officers also, and looking at that, there's an issue out there. They have all said a lot of this has been mental health.
Yeah, it's mental health. It's mental. It's from let's go way back from slavery, like Andre was saying. We went through so much crap and we're still going through so much crap. But we go through it.
Right.
Now we're dealing with the African American male and female where there's no communication anymore. And like we were talking about, we're the only race that really says that we don't need a man. That's scary. That's really scary. God put us on the earth
Right.
to be together, regardless of whether you're with another person or not of different color. You still are together. That is our purpose, to come together. So I really believe that this will show that we are in tuned. It'll show that we care.
Right.
It'll show that we want to open up dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like if we touch one person, God, we've done our job.
Absolutely.
Just one person. Like you said, we want to have dialogue afterwards.
Right.
We want people to leave in their cars discussing
Right.
about what's going on.
Right.
And this is not a bashing
No.
event.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Right.
Because the first thing we think when we hear, okay, this guy's going to speak, I'm not bashing women or making us look bad as men.
Right.
I just want you guys to be able to sit, where's the camera so they can see? I want you to be able to look into my world as a black
Right.
man to see what I am dealing with and to see how I cope with it based on these characters.
Absolutely.
Because we are frustrated. And if you, as my partner, male or female, if I come home to you and you don't know how to receive my day, then it's going to be this.
Right. Right.
Because if you're frustrated about something you're dealing with and I'm frustrated, then more than likely, one of us going to have to leave it outside the door.
Right.
And that's where the problems come in.
Yeah.
Because somebody out there is willing to listen to us.
That's
But
key.
we're
But
not-
we want to be able to come inside and
Yeah.
woosah.
But we're not being, like you said, we're not judging anybody or anything, but let's get to the facts. Where do black men come from? Can anybody answer me? Where do they
Women.
come from?
Women.
Oh, women.
Women.
So we have to take accountability as well. So I'm not, it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way it is. Let's fix it.
Yeah.
Let's fix it.
And if the man is leading,
Oh,
if he's supposed to be, if he's to
That's
be
one
the,
of the
if he's
characters
to
I
be,
speak on that.
If he's to be the
Yes.
leader,
Yeah.
and he's broken, he's hurting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
It's
he's
just
having
like
a hard time.
Andre said, we're known to be strong.
Yeah, we're known to be strong.
We're not supposed to show weakness,
Right.
especially with your significant other.
Right.
It shows a sign of weakness. Where do a man goes when he wants, like me, you want to cry, but you're crying out for help. But where do you get it? Where do you
Right.
go for? Where do you go?
Where do you
And
go?
do you have a strong partner? This play depicts all of that, and it shows you where you can get, not only try to get help, but it's probably going to be the person that you are in this play.
That's right.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what
Yeah.
you need to see.
That's right.
That's the same thing within me. I have to see it. I am living witness of it. And just because you see a person, he might look good and you think he dresses nice, but internally,
Right.
this is just masking. So when you see this play, you get a chance to see the opportunity to say, you know what? Andre depicted me. That's me. But I don't know how to let it out.
Right. Right.
This is the time to let it out. So at this play, you might, you bring your tissue or whatever, cry.
Cry.
That's crying.
Let it out.
Yeah. That's the purpose.
Right.
The purpose is for us to take this all over the world, for men to come in and cry and
Right.
yell and laugh and cuss.
Yes.
Just be whoever.
Right.
Because we have to have a place, because if not, they are building places to house us.
Yes. And
Let me tame you, boy.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I
Yes.
see. My dad used to
Yes.
say, don't let nobody BS you, son. And I didn't understand that. This is personal for me.
Yeah.
I lost my dad in 2015, and my dad was a disciplinarian. I didn't know affection. I knew discipline.
Yeah.
That's all he showed me. I didn't see love. His love was tough.
Right.
So that's how I was with women. I was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what attracted me. The harder the woman was, the more noise she talked, I was attracted to that. But that's toxic. That's no way to live. Because then you get someone that's beautiful and has all of that, but she don't know how to receive it because she's healing and we don't know how to tone it down.
Right.
Because everything is,
Right.
That's how I was raised. And we focus on these characters and these men because it comes from somewhere. We didn't just get into our
Nope.
20s, 30s,
Sure
40s,
didn't.
and 50s.
Right.
It's
didn't.
something happened to us.
Something.
Something.
We saw something.
You saw something.
Yeah.
So our goal is, like my man was saying, and it's okay for us to be vulnerable.
It is.
As an actor, I wanted, and Charnel and I knows, anybody that's a public speaker or stands in front of someone, you have to be vulnerable.
You do.
And people see real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They see real, they see fake.
They do.
So if they feel like, oof, this guy is feeling or she is feeling what he or she is saying, it's gonna come across so much better. And that's
Right.
what we wanted.
Right.
Like literally, you guys are coming into my world. I don't mind if you judge me.
Well,
Yeah.
you're relatable.
I'm gonna
Right?
let you
You
see
don't mind.
everything.
Yeah,
You're
judge me.
relatable.
Yeah. And for
You
the
know?
ladies, it's even more of substance that you see this, because you get the opportunity to feel what Dre said, what a black man goes through.
What he goes
Right.
through.
How he feels, how he's not in tone and touch with his inner soul, his emotions, and just to have, I'm gonna back up. I mean, Charnel has, just as a black woman, I want to congratulate you for just taking the opportunity to think about black men. And I'm going right back.
Yeah.
Crying. But thank you, because it's not an opportunity that a woman, especially someone, it's a different world, but
Right.
it is a different world.
Sure is.
That comes and says, no, I'm gonna put my interest and my heart into it, and I'm talking to her and being with her. This is internally within her as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you ladies need to see this as well. It's not just for men of, like Andre say, of bashing. It's actually giving a platform.
Absolutely.
So
I'm giving you guys the cheat code.
There you go.
exactly,
There you go.
exactly.
The cheat code.
There
Because
you
you
go.
have to learn. We have to learn how to love each other where we are.
Absolutely.
But I have to say, I love my black men.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised with beautiful black men, and that's all I know. And I'm going to continue. I
Right.
love you guys very much.
Sounds
And I'm
good.
going to support.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on the Cam Hill Show.
Hi, my name is Reverend LaVarvia Jones of Jones Family Mortuary, where our motto is to be a blessing to the families that we serve, to be a beacon of light to our community, and to build a legacy for our future generation.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Jones, and at Jones Family Mortuary, some of the services we offer are traditional funeral services, direct cremations, and pre-need planning. At Jones Family Mortuary,
Let our family serve your family
with compassion
and care.
Hey, how you doing? Come on back and talk to us about men's mental health. We were just talking about, let's just tell people where the black man is. Let's talk about that.
It's at the, let me make sure I say it right. It's at the Match Theater, March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right.
The address is 3400 Main Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. For tickets, you can call 713-521-4533. Show starts at 8 p.m. sharp on Thursday.
Yes, sharp.
Friday. Saturday, we have a matinee at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Sharp.
Guys, we are going to start on time. If you're not on time, we're going to give maybe a 15 we already
15-minute
told
grace.
the theater, because it's rodeo traffic and all that stuff.
Right.
But we're going to be on time.
Right.
Because if you miss it, once we close the doors, the way the show is set up,
Yeah.
we can't let you
let
in.
you in.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I want you guys to see everything.
So if it starts at 8, what time do I have to get ready?
3 for certain. For women, get dressed the day before. Get your clothes out. Get your makeup done the day before.
Exactly,
For
right?
guys like me, because you know I want everything.
You want it
neat.
together? Yeah.
So do everything in the morning, shave, work out, get something to eat at what, 5?
Exactly.
So you can walk there.
in.
Yeah, so it's definitely it's a family oriented show.
Right.
I really encourage men and women, if you have young
Yeah.
men,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
young
yes.
men to come out.
Very.
Great point. Great.
Because a lot of the issues that these characters deal with, it started at childhood,
Yes.
which a lot of things start.
and
and,
most things.
And if it's not fixed in those teenage years,
Yes.
that's where these paths either go here or go
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah.
Because with social media now, it's just so much information at the click of a button.
And they're listening to this 24/7.
Yeah.
365
24/7.
days on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
You know?
The first thing we do when we wake up in the morning, I struggle with it.
Uh-huh.
We want to look and see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to get back
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
we were raised, we get up, we get on our knees and say,
Yeah.
before we
Oh,
turn and
yeah.
roll out
Right.
of
You
better
bed,
believe
it.
God, thank you that I'm
Thank
able to
you.
open my eyes and my right mind.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
That's so true.
yes, sir.
And I love what you were saying about the fact that, and this is like you said for women, women have their group, right? They can always pick up the phone. They got somebody to call, things like that. We as men, even guys, need a group.
Right.
You need a group of guys
Yeah.
that are not going to judge, no judgment zone.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
And
the ladies
hold
get
each
together,
other
they don't even judge
accountable.
each
Yes, right.
other. They just, hey, this is what
But
I'm
as
talking
women,
about.
we have to hold ourselves. I gotta say this. I'm sorry. We have to hold ourselves accountable. You know, because I mean, actually, it's like I said. We all have luggage. Men, women, we all have luggage.
Yeah.
Still pack.
You know, and you know, I have to say one thing in the play. I know you don't have one line. I say, is everybody has luggage. Somebody have carry-ons. Some have trunks.
Yeah.
The question is it worth it with the relationship? Is it worth it? Is it manageable? Think about it, man. That's all. You don't have to badmouth anybody after. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I don't know where that came from with people in relationships, and all of a sudden you're not in it anymore, and it becomes toxic. It shouldn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
That means that that person is not for you. That season is up,
Right.
and you move on.
Absolutely.
But I think we'll learn that if we communicate with one another.
Right.
And it's okay. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to all of a sudden now you split and all chaos. It shouldn't be that way.
Right. Right.
It shouldn't be that way. And I think for communication with women and men, especially black women and black men, we just got to come together and talk like we're talking now.
Right.
Right.
We need more of this.
Right.
Just to talk, and we can agree to disagree.
That's
It's
true.
okay.
That's true.
But at least everybody will get their point across.
But I think through looking at the play, The Black Man, you'll be able to understand
Yes.
a greater understanding.
Yeah. Understanding.
Because my characters get to talk without being interrupted.
Right.
I get to be vulnerable and not be judged.
Right.
I get to yell and sit quietly and say what's wrong. Or I don't have to hear what's wrong.
Right.
You understand? Because when you go to therapy, the job of the therapist is to listen.
Just listen.
Well, what I'd like for you each to do, Miss Charnel, you start off, Andre, Dex, and Ed. What would you like to leave with the viewers?
Wow. Communication. Love. We need to love one another, and then like will come. And we need to respect one another as African American people. We don't do that enough. And I know because we've gone through so much, with all the stuff we've gone through, we all have PTSD, guys. We all have triggers, but we have to manage the triggers, and love that person enough to want to manage the triggers.
Sounds good, Mr. Andre Petrie.
Come check us out. The Black Man, the Match Theater, March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I created this for a healthy place for us to be able to talk. If I can leave you guys with anything, and I'm going to make sure because, this was told to me, tomorrow is not promised. All of this is temporary. We all have an expiration date.
Absolutely.
So while we're here, every day you wake up, you have to think about it. You wake up, that's one more day closer to your expiration date. So make every second count. God blessed me with the gift through the arts to tell my stories, but you can tell your stories in all kind of ways. So that's my word. Just jump, go out and live your life and enjoy it. Wake up every day and bless somebody.
Sounds good. Mr. Ed Lee, closing us out.
Wow. Well, as Andre said, be authentic with yourself. Chanel say, love yourself, but love each other. We as black people, that's one of the things we need to really focus on more so. Loving each other, whatever the situation is. And, this play is so detrimental that you guys come out and see it. We go see everything else. But when we have people like this that have thought this play out, and it's not so much as Hollywood, it's internal. He's feeling it, Chanel is feeling it from the heart. I am just feeling it. I am so blessed to be in their company for it. And to me as a black man, it's giving me an outlet just to say somebody, not the Hollywood style, somebody has taken a chance and saying, you know what, in Houston is the first stop. We're going to let you guys see what we're doing because it's from the heart. So come out and see it, and like Chanel said, love each other. That's all we got, and it is an expiration date.
I have to say real quick, I want to thank Cam, you, and your lovely wife,
Thank you.
LaShonda, and Ed. Guys, you stepped in when there was no one, and I know there was nobody but God that brought you guys into our lives, and we so appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, The Black Man, Match Theater, March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Thanks so much for joining us. The Cam Hill Show. Bye.